welcome to my channel. My name is Brandon Wheeler. I'm an indie author. I can say that, I guess, now since I have two books, the third on the way. Got a straw in my mouth because when I was in the army, I had like a heat stroke event happen. I can't talk right unless I'm biting down on something. Sounds like this, I've been that, so it's just a workaround. All right, moving on. Welcome to my channel. I do like some video game stuff, Escape Simulator, Marvel stuff, and everything, but I also do some reviews on books and movies that I've seen and read. And I've completed this, and I'm going to talk about it. Reflections on the Psalms by C.S. Lewis. Now, I've done a lot of different C.S. Lewis stuff. The latest C.S. Lewis thing I did on my shelf is the Space Trilogy. The last thing I read was that Hideous Strength, the end of the Space Trilogy thing, and that was a slog. For lack of a better word, it was a slog. But he even acknowledges that book was that. It was just like, oh man. It's definitely out of those three, Pearl Laundry is my favorite. But this one is not a fictional book or anything like that. It is a book of C.S. Lewis looking at the Psalms and discussing his thoughts about it in different ways. You could say it's almost like an academic book because he gets into a lot of different stuff. I was like, what are you talking about that? He quotes different people. Like, if I bring up something, like someone like Don and Professor um, Markov or something like that. He is like, so it is like an academic book, but him being so much like an academic mind or anything like that, it's not meant for that. It's like his own personal journal discussing what he's thinking he's doing and everything like that. He acknowledges that in a preface. So just getting into that, he's just like talking about the different psalms, the different subjects, things like he's talking about like the cursings, the blessings, like the kind of almost contradictory stuff that happens in the Psalms, but he's looking at it from a view of like, okay, from an Old Testament point of view, why do they mention that? Like in the Psalms, the stuff they felt was like more like a civil trial more than a criminal trial, different things of history and stuff that he's getting into, but just again, it's his own thoughts, thinking about it and everything. So academically, you could say it is a kind of a difficult thing because when he gets into stuff like that, like with mere Christianity and everything, it gets like, what are you talking about here? Whereas story wise, it's much more plain, kind of where he's going and stuff, with the exception of that hideous strength. But he get it's a interesting book just to kind of see like, all right, to see where it's going and to get more view and Psalms, get a different view on this everything. Like, because the main reason I wanted to get this because when I wanted to start to read it, I want to get some more, I don't know, critical thinking because I'm not good at critically thinking, analyzing stuff. I'll admit that freely. I'd feel more with story and the hidden meanings and stuff with that and everything is supposed to just always academic, which is weird because people would always say you're very academically minded. Yeah, contradiction. So I got this last year from that, and I finally finished it. I just wanted to make sure I do the space trilogy first. Um, is there really much else to say besides it's just academically, and it's a nice little read to kind of get more into his mind and everything like that. So it's nice from that point of view. Um, you could definitely use this as a source for like looking at stuff like, hey, what does I need a source on Psalms and everything. That's why because I'm reading the Psalms. What do you want to get through it? What do you want to read through it? What do you want to do this or that? And it actually provides some interesting critical thinking. Because if you want to look at these different people he's quoting from, like Moffat, I think it was, you'd have to go into history and like, okay, what is this person's translations? What is this person quoting? What is this person doing this and that? Which, if you're that type of person, that's a great thing for you. I used to be that type of person. Or like, okay, let me look up everything on the net and try to find every single little thing, a detail that I'm looking for. I used to be that type of person a lot more than what I am. I've backed off a lot of that, but so it's a interesting little book. It's not a barn burner or hideous slog or anything like that. It's just his own. It's called Reflections on the Psalms. It's his own like journal, you could say in a way that he's written of him just going through the Psalms, picking apart different ones, comparing, contrasting things. So you're just getting a little look inside of his mind of what he's thinking about stuff and comparing it with history, which is nice. It's a nice little read for that point of view. It's short enough. I mean, if you don't include it's like 170 pages, but he has an appendix for linking of things and actual Psalms themselves located at the end. So I was like, all right. But it's an interesting little book. As far as what the next C.S. Lewis thing I'm going to read is I know people. I've seen a couple comments that you should read Abolition of Man, which I guess in some way deals with the hideous strength. Which is like, okay, so that's going to be one. But one thing I need to do is get the whole Narnia series and read the entire thing. Because I've read Nine Witches of the Wardrobe several times. I have the book somewhere, but I haven't actually got the whole set, and I need to read the whole set. I need to read the whole series because I've never done that before. So, all right. Well, have you read the Reflection of the Psalms? What do you think about it? What you don't think about it? Let me know what you think and everything like that. And my next book, as far as what I'm reading, is going to be this one. I'm almost done, actually, so you should be seeing their book review for it very soon. And as far as after that, well, we got some very much classical literature that I'm going to be reading much next. All right, well, we'll see you in the next one and everything. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.